What's up, guys? UFC Seattle. Dogbender versus Body Cam Off is this weekend, and I am here to break down the entire card from bottom to top. We're going to start with the early prelims and then go all the way up to the main event between Jizzy and Joe. And we will see who is Joe, or we will see Israel. Hope not. Anyways, if you guys want to make up to $100 per UFC numbered event, come on over to Tapology.com. Not sponsored, by the way. This comes out of my own pocket directly. So please, subscribe, like, do anything to help the channel out. Because we did very good on the picks last week. So I'll show you all this. So, you'll come over to Tapology.com/groups/2048. If you don't have a Tapology account, you'll create a Tapology account first, completely free. Then, you join my group at Tapology.com/groups/2048. Just join the group. Make your fight picks like we're about to do on numbered events, and you'll enter for a chance to win $100. All you have to do is win the group, which Pac-Man77 does pretty often. Nick Alexander has before, and I think James Bonk has, but that's my alt account. But there are only 22 members in the group, so you have a pretty good chance of winning. You'll see about 10-ish people do it weekly. Sometimes there are a little more for the numbered events, but as you see last week, we went 12 out of 13 fights right, which was pretty good for the card, but, pretty standard, where you could see almost everybody got the card right. It was pretty easy of a card to predict. But if you feel like you can outdo me and everyone else in this group, feel free to join and enter to win $100 every time there's a numbered event coming up. I do owe Pac-Man77 $200 right now, though, because I've been in a more broke state. Like I said, support the channel, guys. Anyways. Yeah, we've been doing great lately. Let's move in to show you guys how to officially make the picks. So once you've created your account and joined the Tapology group that we have, you'll just come over to this section here where it says edit picks. You'll click this and it'll pop up this page pretty much. I expanded all and then went and buy all the stuff. Alright, now that I've given you a Tapology tutorial for no reason at all other than to help support the channel and me give you guys money, sadly. Let's start with the very first fight of the night. It is Alexia Thainara versus Bruna Brazil. Here on this channel, this is what we do. We're gonna be picking Thainara by so it goes submission, decision, submission, decision. So submission. We're gonna pick round 2. You know what? Maybe round 1. We're gonna say that Bruna Brazil is gonna give up early. Yeah, that's about the breakdown you're gonna get from me from women's fights. Ricky Simón versus Adrian Yanez. This is one that I have been constantly circling throughout my head as a tough fight to call. Yanez just has not fought up to the level of competition that Ricky Simón has, sadly. But his striking is so freaking good, man. If he can keep Simon from taking him down, I do think Yanez wins the fight on the feet. Crafty Davy Grant did beat him in my opinion, but the thing is, that's Crafty Davy Grant. But, you look at the losses and they're not the worst losses. And then you've got Ricky Simón's, which aren't the worst, except the Hani Barcelos one, which always kills me that people lose to him, but he is very skilled. Man, we're in Washington. Ricky Simone's at home. It's just the level of guys that Yanez has beaten are not the level of guys that Ricky Simone has beaten. I'm going to pick Ricky Simone. I'm going to pick decision. I actually think he could get a TKO. I do think this will be one of the more exciting fights of the night. I think that Yanez is going to come forward. I think Ricky Simone's going to come forward. There's going to be a lot of takedown attempts. There's going to be a lot of striking involved. I just think this is going to be a great fight overall. Navajo, they're going to fight. Navajo Sterling versus Bruno Lopez. I just don't rate Bruno Lopez at all. I don't know who these guys are that he's beaten. Like, Magomed Gadzhiev, I remember him, but I don't remember his Contender Series fight. It is what it is. I'm going to be picking Navajo Sterling either by decision or by round 2 TKO. People think his chin is terrible because of the Jacoby loss, but I think it's terrible because of the Brendanson Ribeiro loss. I'm going to pick round 2 KO for the white Israel Adesanya. Moving on. We move to another women's fight. Oh my goodness. We misclicking all over the place today. Yeah. How's your guys' day going so far, I guess? Because, man, picking these women's fights, tough. It picked Luana Santos, or not Luana Santos. It picked Casey O'Neill, who has beaten Luana Santos. That's why it came to mind. You can't trust either person to win, but, you look at the fact that this girl beat Kong Wang, or Wang Kong, sorry. Kong Wang. Gorilla Cock. That's my lady. But, Kong Wang being the only notable win here. At least, she's beaten somebody. It's a 50-50 fight. Don't even... It's why the coin flip happens. Let's be real. Ooh, a blob fest. We got a Marcin Tybura blob fest. And you know what? For the first time ever, in honor of my boy DJ, we're doing a blob fight flip. Oh, huge. Huge with the Tyrell Fortune victory here. Not sure how it's going to work out. Tyrell Fortune, a former Bellator fighter and PFL fighter, went to regional circuit for the past 4 or 3 fights and performed well. He's old, but so is Marcin Tybura. But I'm not picking 40-year-old Marcin Tybura to win in this state of the UFC. Well, I mean, at this state I would, but this guy, he looked explosive on... He looked like he was all right. We'll see. We'll see. I'm glad the coin picked him. Chase Hooper versus Lance Gibson Jr. Chase Hooper is the most victim-looking guy I've ever seen, yet he still somehow pulls out fights. Sorry, I had to fix my nose ring here. He still somehow pulls out wins, though. He does not submit crafty dudes, and I'm just not sure how crafty Lance Gibson Jr. is. So I'm going to be picking Chase Hooper by submission, and I don't think we're going to find it early. I think we're going to find it in the second round. Maybe. I really don't know. Maybe he finds it in the first. You know what? Chase Hooper finds it in the first. Moving on to Ignacio Bahamundes versus Tafiq Musayev. Another tough fight to call. Tafiq Musayev's only UFC fight coming by beatdown from Muktabek, as they keep calling him, Oralbai, the caveman, the man that they thawed out for that was frozen for over 600 million years and was unthawed. Dana White said, "Hey, kid, I got a contract for you, look, you're going to be fighting in the UFC, kid. You've been out here taking down mammoths, rhinos, all these prehistoric animals. Yeah, you're in the UFC. And he came in he got submitted by that guy who had not been training for over 600 million years because he had been frozen. I'm going to pick Ignacio Bahamondes very tentatively. He does have 2 good wins in a row before taking a loss to Fiziev, which, if I remember, was not that close. Man. Really don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, I'm going to pick Bahamondes by decision. We'll see. I think the range will be a little bit much for Tafik, but I really just have no clue, man. Dude, this hairstyle's getting so annoying. Just bowl it up. We moved to Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson, and here we go. How do I do it? So, we all know the deal. Terrence McKinney either wins in the first round or gets KO'd in the first. Or loses in the first. It's one or the other. Sleep or be slept in the first. Terrence McKinney's like a less effective Steve Garcia. Hear me out. Except he doesn't have the alien-like body. Which I know you might be thinking I'm talking about Sean Woodson, but Steve Garcia kind of has an alien-like body too. Let's start watching, pay attention, guys. We don't need them spreading. We need these aliens. Okay, he might be Mexican, but look, guys. Sean Woodson's not Mexican, but they have that gangly alien shape. We just gotta watch out for him. Anyways, Terrence McKinney, not alien shaped. But I'm gonna pick round 1 KO here against Kyle Nelson. He's Canadian. And that's the only breakdown I'm giving you. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Yusri Belgarui. I have to go based on literal how my opinion worked pre Belgarui fighting the GOAT. Dude, why am I off on this? My God. He beat the GOAT. He beat Azamat Bakoyev. I'm picking Yusri Belgarui to win. By knockout in round number 2. And that's how we'll do it. Abdul Malik, very explosive athlete, pretty good punching power, a favorite in this fight. And Belgarui came in, beat Azamat Bakoyev in his debut, I want to say. And, he looked really good against Bakoyev. And Bakoyev's been good in the UFC. I thought he was going to go on to actually be something pretty solid, but it looked like he's going to remain kind of mediocre. Maybe he was coming in with an injury in that fight, though. Who knows? Anything for the GOAT as an excuse. Anyways, we're going to move on to Larian Douglas versus Julian Erosa. We know this is one of those things. Julian Erosa either fraud checks this man in the 3rd round by some sort of submission, or Larian Douglas kills him. Larian Douglas has not fought this level of opponent yet, but I do think with the age factor, the factor that he's been KO'd before pretty often, or not pretty often, but, enough. But he gets KO'd at a frequent enough rate that I'm gonna pick Larry and Douglas by round 1 KO. If he does get out of round 1, the chances that Julian Erosa wins go up a bit. Each round it magnifies that, or multiplies by a good bit. Moving on, we've got Michael Chiesa versus Nico Price. We're not gonna break this down at all. It's gonna be Michael Chiesa by round 1 sub. It's a late notice replacement. Nico Price is terrible. Alexa Grasso versus Macy Barber 2. We have a rematch in a women's division. Yeah, here we go. Let's see how she goes. It has what's happened? It picked the Barber, I guess, which not a fan of. Because she did lose the first fight. Keying at range. Literally, like, way out here. You guys are Alexa Grasso. She's out here, like, triple jabbing at range. Out here. It's like, bro, if you're going to Kia in range. Here. But every time she came into range, her head would get whipped back by Alexa Grasso. The CTE already kicked in from the one shot. Anyways, I feel like Grasso wins based on mental opinion, but the coin has not been wrong in a women's fight in a long time. So I'm going to stick with the coin. Macy Barber's going to win this fight by split decision. Moving on to the main event, we have a women's fighter and Joe Pyfer. I'm just kidding. We have Israel, the dog bender, Adesanya versus Joe body cams off, body bags, Pyfer. And this is a hard one for me to accept because I am not an Israel Adesanya fan in the slightest. What he did to his dog disgusts me. It is horrific. Nasty. Just gross. Gay. Sorry, that came out of nowhere. Yeah, just don't like him at all. But Joe Pyfer on the feet does not have much setup, if you will. Like, he doesn't put things out to set up his right hand. He, he'll wade forward, right hand. That's not going to work. You're going to have to put a double jab and then put your right hand behind it. You're going to have to bring Izzy into those shots. Make him do his normal lean back and hand out, then step through and over. But you have to make him do this so you can get this reaction. Otherwise, he's just going to circle out and throw a one leg kick. He's going to jab leg kick you. Jab leg kick. Jab leg kick. Circle out. He's just going to keep doing that. And that's what I have Izzy doing. Sadly. I think that Izzy will win this fight by unanimous decision. And I think it's going to be one of the easier fights of his career lately. Sure, he has the chance to get clipped. But I don't see it happening in this fight. I think that Joe Pyfer just isn't quite on the skill level of the guys that Izzy loses to. Like, look who he loses to. These are all guys in the top 5. And Alex Pereira, the current light heavyweight champ. Well, not current, but current until Yuri and Olberg fight, and potential interim heavyweight champ, which also is champ, because it's champ in the meantime. But I got Adesanya winning this fight, unanimous decision. I think he's going to pick apart Joe Pyfer at range, maybe even land his patented jab and stick it out, and then 2 to hurt him. Maybe stings Joe with it. Yeah, I think we're going to see maybe one of our vintage Izzy performances where he comes out, performs very well for, all 5 rounds. He might lose 1 or 2 rounds, but I don't see that happening. Anyways, guys. These were my fight picks. Sorry, I have this going on in the background. These were my fight picks. Go back over them. Have a great rest of your day.